So how did we end up here?
I don't know.
Yeah, that we actually.
But it went fast.
It was fast. But how did we end up here? That we are a service plan as a marketing agency suddenly building a blockchain protocol to help agents to talk to each other and to transact with each other.
I think it was about time, to be honest, for blockchain to enter the space, agency space, or marketing and advertising space. I'm super excited about it. We remember the beginnings when we had to explain a lot of blockchain and why it's a really good and powerful technology. And I think it's been waiting for AI, and AI is waiting for blockchain. So yeah.
Yeah, I think for me the most exciting moment was when I realized that we are not heading into a future where there will be one AI to rule them all, but that actually we are heading into a future where there will be billions of AI agents talking to each other and doing stuff and solving lots of interesting tasks we need to do in marketing, actually.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and from brand perspective, I mean, all the research that brands do in order to analyze competition globally, we know how much effort and time wanders into those analyses, and AI can help so much, agents can help so much with that.
We always say that we believe that all content will become generative. Personalization at scale will finally be possible because it hasn't been over the last 2 decades. And that natural language will become the new defining interface. And none of that is possible if you don't have agents in the background to actually orchestrate this and make it happen, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think there's a lot of needs in marketing and beyond that just didn't have a solution until now, and now we have one, and it's so exciting to see what the potential still is. I mean, you know, just as well, like every single week we discover new things to do with that, with agents and the protocols, and then blockchain enriching that and being a really good companion to AI. So yeah, potential is still a lot of unexplored territory, I think, but it's super exciting.
Yeah, and a lot of what we do and our clients also do is what I always call intellectual hard work, right? These are repetitive tasks which don't require too much creativity, but which require a lot of common sense, right, of how to do this. And actually, these kind of tasks are easy to automate with AI agents. So doing a competitive analysis, for example, digging up market insights, auditing content on a website, all of these tasks have been traditionally managed by humans, and AI agents can be super helpful to do the same thing, actually.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as a strategist, I can definitely say I've spent tons of hours trying to get the right data, especially from around the world, especially from where it's not our own native language. Scanning those markets becomes almost impossible for a human being that doesn't, you know, have the power of language translation, speaking like a million languages. And so this is something so powerful. And again, I think the real magic happens when AI then works together with humans. So AI building the analysis or trend reports or whatever it is, and a human working in a specific field with a specific experience and skills looking onto this research and really being able also to interpret more out of it and really gain insights from it. I think that's like where the magic happens, as we sometimes say.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of excitement from our clients about AI, but what has been missing so far, what many clients say, is that they need to have reliably producing really good results, that there's a lack of transparency of what is really happening in the background with this AI thing. And I think what has stopped companies from adopting this is also the lack of accountability. And all of these things we are trying really to address with the Masumi network, because it's adding exactly these kind of things. It's adding identity so that you for sure know which agent is talking to which other agent. We are adding accountability because all the outputs are basically hashed and locked on the blockchain so that you can prove that you as a company, you got an answer from an agent and this was exactly the answer. And we are also enabling transactions, which is absolutely key in order to make all of this work and really build up this AI agent economy.
Yeah, that's what I mean with AI has been waiting for blockchain to happen and to be able to combine that. Such a powerful technology when it comes to authentication, verification of contents, of insights, of information, of research. And as you said, transaction is such a powerful thing in blockchain because it's fast and it's cheap and it's like real-time transactions. So that makes the whole network of, as you said, millions of AI agents possible, because imagine that in a banking system, for example, it wouldn't work. So AI kind of needed blockchain for agents to really like blow up and to really become as powerful as they are now becoming.
Yeah, what many people don't realize is how much our industry will also be impacted by AI agents, I believe. So we have been talking for decades about software as a service, right? And software as a service is a, I think, 320 billion market. And what we are realizing now is that we are moving into a space where we have suddenly service as a software. And it's turning the other way around. So traditional services we are doing, and this is why we have launched agentic services as kind of portfolio of services we as Service Plan do now together with AI agents. This market will be so much bigger. It's in the trillions in essence.
Yeah.
And I think the funny thing is that these spaces like communication and marketing on the one hand side, AI on the other, and blockchain, these three worlds have never converged before. And now it's finally happening. I think this is what is putting so much energy into this whole topic.
It is, definitely. And I mean, we know how risk-averse clients can also be. Marketing is such a well-developed space. Now AI coming into it now, especially in the sense of content, for example, personalization, as you already said. AI coming into this blockchain, not a lot of clients are familiar with these technologies, but once you tell them about like Masumi and what it does and what it like, we're basically just creating a whole workforce for them, and they instantly get it, and it's and they're very excited about it. And yeah, I feel this is also the first time that clients can easily understand the business case of blockchain and AI, and on a mass scale dive really deep into it, because the business case is instantly there.
Yeah, it's such a no-brainer, right?
Yeah, so, I mean, you have to wrap your brain around it a few times, though, and explain it. But yeah, I mean, so far we know responses are really, there's general excitement about the power of what it can do. That sometimes humans, even if they could do it, and even if AI was a way to, our agents were a way to make research, for example, more efficient or less time consuming, some things we just can't do.
Yeah.
And agents have the power to do these things for brands and for companies.
Absolutely. I think it's also changing the way our clients think about of what is possible in terms of doing. So one of our agentic services which we started with is this competitive analysis, right? And competitive analysis clients normally rarely do. They do it maybe for a big product launch or because they do a new website, and then it costs them tens of thousands of euros. It takes a couple of weeks. And now we can suddenly produce really good results within 1 hour.
Yeah. It's mind-blowing. It's even for us. I mean, we're still super excited every time we use these things, every time we develop a new agent, and it's just mind-blowing what they can do.
Correct. And now you can suddenly say, hey, let's do a competitive analysis for the meeting tomorrow because we want to talk about something.
Yeah.
And it would be super cool if we would know much more as preparation for the meeting about what our competitors are doing. And you just kickstart the workflow, and 1 hour later you have your PDF document with a really extensive analysis, and you have way more insights. And probably this is where efficiency and effectiveness is balancing, right? You have a big efficiency case because it's so much cheaper actually, but it's also so much more effective because you can do things more often, which you would have been hesitating to do in the past.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, we all see now that we've talked to a lot of clients and presented and really got them into the agent thinking, let's say, how they are adapting to this approach. As you said, how much potential they see in it, and also the awareness how much efficiency it brings, how much more power they have over their own business in almost real time, and of course with the authenticity, the verification behind it. So yeah, it's just as I said, I think it was about to happen at some point.
So we are Serviceplan, right? We work for big global brands like BMW, Lufthansa, O2 Telefonica. What most of these globally operating brands have in common, that they're producing globally content, right? And one of the big challenges they have is to maintain the brand globally, because often there are little mistakes, right, in how the logo is being used or what kind of imagery is being used. And this is one of the great use cases for agents, because suddenly you can use agents at scale to make sure that these things don't go wrong anymore, or that they are quickly detected.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, we both know how, especially global brands, have a hard time gaining insights into what local market applies to their content. And I mean, Serviceplan Group, Serviceplan Group, we're such a massive global operating network of agencies in so many countries and so many brands that we have, like Lufthansa, like BMW, operating globally, producing content globally, but also from local subsidiaries. And for brands, we both know they have a really hard time overlooking all the content that is produced and going into the market, into social media. And I guess AI agents can do a really, really good job also scanning these contents, making sure that all the contents are on brand.
Correct. And one of our biggest clients, he came to us and said, look, I love that I can generate now images with generative AI, or that I can generate text, but I need to solve end-to-end use cases. I need to automate the whole process. And this is what is unlocked by AI agents. And what Masumi is really doing is to add the required security and accountability into the system, right? That they can truly rely on what is happening. That's a big game changer. So how do you use agents yourself?
Well, I think, like as a strategist in this, I think a lot of focus for me is really on creating business cases for our clients. We know that generative AI was kind of the first sphere where especially marketing departments of our clients went into, and we know that we're also internally using a lot of generative AI. But I feel like agents are really able to create new revenue streams, new, as I said, protocols, processes, and for clients, which make them an instant business case. And so for us, it's really, or for me personally, I really look into how can agents create the next new business model for a client. And Masumi has so many opportunities and so much potential in there, with all the different tasks that it can solve, all the different skills that it has, and that we're developing also case by case. So yeah, definitely business case, like really super hard business cases, love it. Because marketing can be like so soft and so brandishy and emotionally, and with agents we really bring the power of a new business model into these companies.
Yeah, it's so funny. I'm telling now the same story for roughly 5 months, is that I truly believe that in the future, you and I, we will just talk to Siri or to Google or to Alexa, and we will voice really complex problems. Like, for example, I want to go on a Christmas shopping trip with my family, right, to New York, and please book the flight, and I need a hotel, and I need airport transportation. And I was always thinking about how can this be possible? And I think what Masumi will unlock is actually a world where agents of different brands try to talk to each other and solve really complex problems. And then suddenly this is possible. I don't believe that actually Apple will solve this end-to-end for us, or Google will solve this end-to-end for us. But it is this big opportunity for brands all across the world, all across industries, to really now create agents which can talk to each other, solve complex problems, and the beneficiary will be us. Because we can now suddenly voice really complex problems to an AI interface, and it gets solved in a really reliable way in the background.
Yeah, I think the last point that you made, the reliability, is a major part of it, and that's, I mean, building agents is the one thing, but connecting them to a technology like blockchain, as Masumi does, I think that's like where, again, magic happens, when you can be sure that the transactions that need to happen in these kinds of processes, that they are reliable, that they are transparent, that you can actually look into them and see what agent communicated with another agent, what was the deal that they made. And yeah, so blockchain is adding the reliability there, the verification of like transactions which need to be secure, definitely between agents.
I really hope this would make me very happy if we actually can play a role in unlocking the intention economy. The term intention economy is already super old. It has been coined by an author called Doc Searles, I think. And the idea is really that consumers just voice intention, right? And just understanding intention is enough for brands to then think, okay, if Sebastian has the intention to go to New York, I will try to work now on solving the problem. And I think this is really creating a market which is massive and which is not just about us and not just about the advertising industry at large. It's really about how can intention be understood and can complex problems being solved. And I think that is really the bigger vision and also mission of Masumi, unlocking this economy of agents which can solve in a really trustful, reliable way by AI agents.
Yeah, I mean, we saw the development, I guess, from these platforms that offer, with your travel example, that offer the possibility to book a flight on the same platform as a hotel, on the same platform as a car. And then we had chatbots coming in where you could at least on some level apply natural language, even if typed, to answer questions or to get help in the process of booking and organizing the travel. And agents somehow it's like the whole thing on speed. It's like the whole process 3000. And it's faster, it's more intuitive, which of course is something that, once you have the opportunity to intuitively, with your natural language, just talk to a software or to an agent, this becomes like, as you said, no-brainer.
Yeah.
Because it comes so naturally. And I think we're just really starting to see this as natural language also develops and creates new opportunities, and together with agents, just growing together. So it's gonna, as you said, it's gonna be a total game changer in the way we organize, we book, we buy everything online.
Yeah, and I think technology has always been about connecting people and creating more connections. And I think Masumi can create so much opportunities for even single person endeavors, because right now there might be someone who's thinking about, okay, I can solve now a problem with the help of agents, and I can create the best possible service as an agent. And this person can use now Masumi to offer it to the entire world, to monetize it and to make an income from it. So that is really a massive business opportunity for so many people now out there.
Also, now that you say it, I mean, we do use agents internally, and we do use them and create them for our clients. But really what we do with Masumi is we have a product, an AI product, that we produce for really everyone who needs to use it, even if it's companies outside of Service Plan Group, of course, even if it's other agencies or consultancies that will use them for their clients. So with Masumi, I think we're going out of the usual, we have a client and we're taking care of this client in many disciplines, but this is really a product that is there for every industry and the whole market to use, and that's also something very special and very new for Service Plan Group in general, I think, and globally can have a massive impact for other companies as well. So we're so happy also to collaborate. I mean, we're already collaborating with amazing companies for Masumi, and I think it's going to be really exciting to also collaborate with other networks, other clients, because we always learn from it. And yeah, it's a big opportunity for everyone around, I think.
For sure.